Howdy folks, warm welcome. A warm welcome to you indeed. Yeah, it's the what are we? 14th of December 2021. Here am I in the studio as usual. Where else would I be? Yeah, actually I've just got three, just to bring you up to speed, I've just got three tankards here that I'm waiting to handle, and then I've got to do some things here with these tankards that are under the plastic. Let's just bring this camera down here a little bit. So yeah, so these I did earlier here, and always a good idea, you know, when you put a handle on a mug, a pot, you know, whatever it is, when you've added, let's say, an appendage to a pot, good idea, put a bit of plastic over it just to slow it down, you know. So yeah, three more to do here. I've already thumbed these off. These are just regular tankards that I'm just knocking off, you know. So yeah, bevel around the bottom here just to make them really dead easy to thumb off, you see, and that's it. Nothing else to do. So to attach a handle above where the cut-off wire, right above that there, that's usually where so just dip your finger in your water pot and just scratch it there on at the point of attachment on the top. And also it's going to attach down here. Now, for most of my potting life I'd never bothered to do anything down there, but these days I'm thinking, well, if I'm going to be scratching at the top here, I might as well scratch down the bottom there. There's no much extra effort to do it, and it isn't gonna hurt, is it? If anything, it's going to help, of course. So you might think about that. So these handles I pulled earlier, they're now stiffened off. So when you pull handles for your mug or whatever, you don't want to apply them straight away. You want to let them set up a bit, you know. So what we're going to do is take this handle, and I use my this is old stuff, I've been telling you this for years, haven't I? But so you want to get the end of the handle. You see that, what I've done by using my knuckle, I've created that extra little lip of material there around there. So that's going to help me enormously when it comes to attaching. All right, apply the handle up to the mug with a bit of gentle but firm pressure, and keep a couple of fingers behind here. Okay, and then using that little piece of that little lip on the bottom, I've already joined it, and now with my thumb here across the top, just go like that. You see? Keep this hanging at a right angle. Dip that in the water pot like that. Oh, it's so good to be in the pottery, isn't it? Woo. All right, so always keep this, never let it get like that, okay, and hang down, because what it does is it creates a weak point just at the top there. You don't want that. We've got any light on the subject here? Hang on a minute, let's bring this in. I want you to see this. Okay, so now, so we dip it in the water, and our hand in the water, and just give it a few pulls. The reason we do that is to freshen up the handle. to make it nice so that when I do this, the handle flows, you see. So what you want to do is just check that the handle is straight. Very, very easily, if you're not careful, you can find that your handle will be wonky, you know. And then now just finishing off the top there, okay, and make some little adjustments to your handle by maybe lifting it, okay. And you want to check it from all angles, you know. Right. Now these days I'm not doing, you used to see me doing this fishtail, didn't you? Termination at the bottom of a mug. Well, I've stopped doing that. I'm doing something different now. The reason being, I was finding I was getting little fine cracks occurring down the bottom there. I couldn't figure out why they were doing it. And so I've decided to do a different attachment, which I'll talk about as we go. So what I do is here, I just nip that off, all right? And this bit at the bottom here, I blend it in like this, you see. Just blend it in. You're making a good attachment by doing this. Just blend that in like that. So that's all I do at this stage with that. And you'll see when we come to do these other ones here that are under plastic, you'll see what I'm going to do. Okay, so that's it. Now always try and pay attention to the bottoms of your pots. Now some people, they don't like seeing this. I've actually seen people in videos trying to get rid of this, any kind of mark of cut-off, you know, by burnishing the bottoms of their pots and everything, which to me is just ridiculous. But each to his own. I'm not here to criticize other people. I'm just saying, you know, why would you do that? To me, seeing that is like a hallmark of a handmade pot, isn't it? I like to see it. So what you're going to see me do now is take my yogurt container, okay, and put it into the last one that I did. Right, let's move on. I don't want this to be too long a clip. So let's see now. There we are. That's the top attachment. Now don't add slip from a separate little pot, okay? And don't use a little scratching tool. Use your fingernail. That's why God gave you a fingernail, okay? There, directly below that, at the base there, we can just do a little keying there. You see, like that. All right, good. Now then, let's just pick another handle here. Let's see. Here's one. Okay, so that's what they look like. That's a freshly pulled handle, just so you see what it looks like. Now, take note of the end of it here, because this was chopped off on the end of the on the wearboard there, like that, and that's what it looks like at this stage. Okay, but what you're going to see me do now, I'm going to adapt it. And I thoroughly recommend you do this. Now what I'm doing is I'm holding it firmly and I'm using my knuckle, you see that? So I'm sort of like pushing the clay back, but it's sort of like spreading it, isn't it? Okay, so now it looks like that. Okay, I've broadened the attachment area and I've given it some clay there, which we're going to use to make the join. Okay, so apply the handle like that, and now supporting the handle like this, but working with my index finger underneath. You see, I'm smearing. I'm smearing. I guess that's the word, isn't it? The word of today, smearing. I'm smearing the clay of the handle into the body of the mug, and that's what gives it. That's what gives it strength. That's what joins it. You see. Okay, dip it in a water pot and dip your hand in as well. Okay, remember this angle. Now we're just going to give it half a dozen pulls, which is to freshen the handle. Okay, because after you've pulled a handle, you let them set up so they stiffen somewhat. A stiff handle you can't bend. It has got no flow to it. So you've got to wet it again, you see, like this. And now, holding it by the end, now I bring it back to the vertical, like that. You see that action? Okay, now look at it from the side, from this angle, and also you want to look at it from above, like that. You see? Because I'll tell you what, it's very easy to put a handle on wonky if you don't pay attention. Okay, make the join there. Okay, so this distance here, which is the space you're going to leave for your fingers, this is generally like a 2-finger or a 3-finger handle, you see. You don't want to leave any more than you need, otherwise the handle's sticking right out here. It looks stupid. It looks ugly. It looks very ugly. Okay, apart from looking ugly, it's more likely to get broken. Okay, so down here, pushing in here at the base, just nip that off. Chuck that down there. And now this part here, just blend that in nicely. Okay, like that. Dee da 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 da. I like being in the pottery. I like being in the pottery, listening to the fire. The fire talks to me. All right, there it is. Okay, so that's it now. That's done. So here's a tip. So you'll see the attachment of the handle here, how it corresponds to this pattern. Okay, that's something that you don't have to do. That's just an optional thing. My dad used to do it, so I kind of do it. You know, why not? And then you want to put it down. Now make sure when you're putting your pots down, you put them down on a clean board. Okay, it's very important. Otherwise, you get lots of little bits stuck to the bottom of your pot. You know, and they mark it, don't they? They leave a mark. Okay, let's put that down. Take the rounder, put it in. Okay, just lightly push it in. Now the nice thing about these is that they're tapered, you see. Alright? They're tapered and they're plastic, and it works quite well, you see. Just lightly push it in. Okay? Right, I've got one more to do here, but I for the sake of time I want to push on now. To show you these other things that I wanted to show you. So yeah, right here under the plastic, let me just get this camera situated, are some tankards that I did earlier. I'm just going to do a few of these just to show you what I'm doing. I've already started doing some of these, so alright, this is the next one to do. Okay, so what we're going to do is, here I'm going to show you what I'm doing here at the bottom of the pot. So here I have a homemade little stamp thingy. It's just a piece of clay that was rolled up and then rolled onto itself and bisque fired, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that, and what I do is I take this, push it into there, like that. You see that? It's just a little detail. And then I take my seal. If you have a seal like this, you may not know which way up it is, and it's a pain to have to look at it. So if you put a black dot on the way that it needs to be, you need to see that black dot, and that you know it's the right way up then. And I push that in there, you see, like that. Alright? That's a little tip, isn't it? Remember that, if you have a seal, put a dot on the side, and you always get it the right way. You haven't got to check it all the time. Okay, that goes there. And then we've got to do the same again. We'll just do a few of these. Alright, so we take this and we just put it there. Now don't wait too long if you're going to do this, because this here will dry out, you see. And then we take that, put the seal right underneath. Neat and tidy, like, you know. Yeah. And yeah, of course, as before, make sure the wear board here is clean. Right, so take that, put it right there on that. Okay. It's a small detail. Now this would be the time as well when we would be, if we were going to apply one of these roller stamps. You've heard me going on about making your own stamps. So this is why don't I just do one of these just to show you quickly. Alright, let's get that light down there. So this I'll show you just to show you how I do this. Right, so that one I just did. So what I'm going to show you is here, for example, on this, that on the bottom there, that going around the bottom, that herringbone design. And so we'll take, so the way I do this is, it's easiest to do this on a banding wheel like that. Put it upside down, okay. Going to take your roller stamp that you've made yourself. You haven't bought it. It's not a generically made, laser cut, computer designed, online, buy it now, get it tomorrow kind of decorating wheel. You've made it yourself and you've bisque fired it. So what we're going to do is, who's that? Just a minute. Okay. Wretched spam calls. Right, okay, let me show you how I do this. Okay, now, here's the banding wheel. Here's the pot upside down. Now you're going to locate this. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to revolve the banding wheel, and you see how the roller wheel rotates in my hand. Okay? That's the easiest way to do it. Okay? We'll start here. We're going to push. You need to be a little bit firm as you hold the pot as you rotate it. Okay, and there it is. You see that, how it's put that. Now, bear in mind, if you thought to yourself, oh, well, that's nice, I'll do that, I'll do it up here. Well, you're not going to get the same kind of result up here as you are down here, because this is the strongest part of the pot, because this is the corner, you see. This is the corner. Not only is it the corner, it's also the softest clay of the pot. It's just round here. So it lends itself quite nicely to be impressed, if that's something that grabs you and you want to do that. All right. Yeah, make your own these. They're easy to make. Oh my goodness, they're easy to make. Yeah, they are. I can make them in my sleep. Right, so there you go. I got another tankard to do there, but I'm going to call it a day there right now. Why prolong it? Okay, folks, thanks for joining me. Yeah, 14th of December, and come and join us for a workshop in 2022, if that grabs you. Yeah, and dates for workshops we're going to put up on the website any day now. So look out for that. If you're interested in pottery tools, oh, actually I was going to show you a pot that came out of the last firing, because I told you, didn't I, we had a good fire. So where did I put that pot? Yeah, this came out. It's kind of nice. What is it? He says. Simon, what on earth is that? That, my dear friends, is what is called a botijo. In Spanish, a botijo. It's a, I've done videos on these, on making them. This is a very traditional style of, basically you put water in it and then you drink out of it there. You just hold it up and it comes like, like peeing out into your mouth. So, yeah, it came out kind of nice, didn't it? It was a good firing. Traditionally, though, these are usually bisque fired only, so that you get a bit of evaporation coming through the wall of the pot, which is why it keeps the water cool. You see, this is not actually bisque fired, obviously. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you that. It came out kind of nice, didn't it? Good. Yeah. Leach treadle wheels. I am taking orders for a new batch sometime in the new year. If we can get enough people, we usually like to get 5 people, but we can start with less, but usually no less than 3. You'll need to put a down payment. Yeah. So other than that, keep practicing. Keep practicing. Oh, the camera's pointing down on the floor. I'm just finishing off this board. While you're here, we might as well. I'm just rattling them off, you see. Yes, we love clay, don't we? Clay loves to be impressed. Clay loves to be impressed. That's why we do that in a business with the roller wheel and all that. It's. Oh, actually, I was going to tell you. Yeah, I had an order for one of these tankards, and it's got to have on the front here, I'm going to put a soft pad of clay, and then I'm going to carve this guy. I've got to carve it in reverse, use it to push into the soft clay here. I'll show you that though a bit later when I've done it. I've got to carve it. That's going to take me 5 minutes or so, at least. At least, yeah. And not, ideally what you do is you'd bisque fire the stamp, you see. You would bisque fire it, but in this case it's a one-off. I won't even bother to bisque fire it. You can use them dry, you know. Just dry, you haven't got to fire them. Okay folks, hey, thanks for joining us. Stay tuned, yeah, more videos on the way, I guess, you know. Life in the pottery, it goes on, doesn't it? Okay, take care. Bye-bye.